Gotta know.
60 AM KBDT proudly presents Life Solutions, coaching, counseling, naturopathic medicine, insights for successful living, and getting better with Ann Beal.
Welcome. I'm Ann Beal, and today I have Dr. Joel Wallach.
I want to call him doctor because he has a doctorate of animals, veterinarian, and doctorate of people, naturopathic doctor, and pathologist. He is different than any other doctor that you'll know. We want you to know more than anything else how he's different. So, Dr. Wallach, please share with our listeners how you're different and your company's different.
Well, thank you, Ann, first of all, for your hospitality.
You're welcome.
And what makes me different is I do have a degree in agriculture. I have a degree in veterinary medicine, as you pointed out. I have a postdoctoral fellowship in pathology, which is kind of the equivalent of a PhD. My thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure. Very proud of that. Represents 20,000 autopsies of over 454 species of vertebrates, including humans. And what I learned in that study, 20,000 autopsies and 10 million chemistries and 10 million slabs of special stains, there are no genetic diseases. There are no genetically transmitted birth defects. It's all epigenetics now. It's replacing the incorrect belief that genetics was in charge of all that. And diseases that people hail as a genetic disease, such as diabetes and heart disease and cancer and Alzheimer's disease and so forth. These are really just simple nutritional deficiencies. These totally preventable, in most cases reversible. And then I have a degree in naturopathic medicine, been practicing since 1978, licensed in California and Oregon. And so it's been great to establish a company, Youngevity, in which we're in 50 countries, and we have programs that deal with over 900 different diseases, and they're sort of pre-programmed programs so that anybody can come to us and say, well, I've got these 3 diseases, what do I do? Well, you take the basic program, the 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids.
Which is what you're known for. Your 90
That's exactly
essential.
right. Well, this is what we learned in the study of the 20,000 autopsies, and that's why the thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure. Because prior to that, people had only done studies on a disease or a nutrient or a pharmaceutical on 100 white rats or 100 people. And so they really weren't getting the full picture. I'm the first one to do 454 species in a single study. And it was really a very educational process. And as a naturopathic physician, incorporated this in to the patients. It was obvious that seeing 25 people a day were not going to have an impact on the world, even with this earth-shaking information. So I decided to leverage time by forming a company, Youngevity, which deals with pre-programmed packages, so that people who or high school dropouts can, if they have diabetes, they can take our healthy blood sugar pack. If they're 100 pounds overweight, they can take our healthy weight loss pack. And they don't have to have a medical degree to figure all this out.
So they wouldn't have to go to a doctor.
That's correct. That's
right.
The whole idea, is to take care of themselves. The medical profession has failed us terribly. We rank 43rd in the world when it comes to longevity. We rank 43rd in the world when it comes to longevity. There's 42 other countries whose peoples live long.
Groups, and it's really how they bake a corporate, which is every other week, into the group of men which are in their community, and they continue on the study of what they're doing in that particular group week by week. You know, I was telling Ann that during the Super Bowl, I was watching the Man of the Year, which Howie Long's son won Man of the Year. Well, in that video, I see Justin Wren, who was an MMA fighter and who is currently a fighter, but he spoke about a month ago, and he was talking about bringing water to Africa, and he talks about the forgotten African people, which is the Pygmies. And in that video, you could see Justin Wren in the Man of the Year's video, and it just resonated with me so much, because all of the people who do work and speak at that group do work behind the scenes, whether it's in their community or doing something that's actively pursuing something in the ministry of God. So,
And I know that your ministry is such a part of your heart and everything that comes out of you. So when we talk about In-N-Out Burger, how does that fit in for you? To your life
passion, and your worldview, basically?
Well, it's, I guess you would, when you kind of think about it, and I really think about it today, is that that's really my gift. And I don't know if it was my gift at that particular time when I started 50 years ago, but as you start to work with so many people and you work closely with people, really what you really want to do is what I personally would like to do is lift people up. I always tell the people that work with me, are you lifting down and lifting up? You think about that. Are you lifting down and lifting up? Are you lifting someone up? Are you giving someone hope that day? Are you adding something? Are you saying thank you for what you saw in them today and giving them the inspiration or the hope to do something even better tomorrow?
Well, so let's talk about that a little bit, because I did read, I don't know how long ago that was, that a guy tried to impersonate the CEO of In-N-Out, and he showed up at a store in California saying he was the new CEO, John something something. And my first thought was, everybody at In-N-Out knows who the CEO is. Everybody, because it's all in the family, right? So there's not a lot of people, really, because you kept it so much in the family and really streamlined, and you mentor everyone, that whole idea of mentoring. So tell us about that.
It was interesting, but you got to think on the behalf of that associate. I'm sure they're pretty apprehensive. They don't want a confrontation with an individual. There's a room full of customers, and they're really trying to really do it in the best possible manner. Could have been done differently, yeah, maybe so. But I'll tell you is that our associates are so conscious of what they're doing in front of a customer that really it could have acted out in a different way. So I'm sure there was a lot of that was learned through that situation, and in fact of the person who was impersonating somebody also as well.
Yeah, because you mentor down. I think that's one of your passions is mentoring.
I do.
Mentoring, and so you, and I know for you mentor, you can't mentor everyone. So how does it work?
So, we could even start from Glassdoor, where we were just voted the third best company to work for, which is up from number 4 the previous year, which Lindsay is so very proud of. And it's her philosophy for people to be coached and trusted, to be empowered and to do all those things. So it comes from her and it goes to all of us, and then it just trickles down. So it would be, upper management to senior management to mid-management to store management to the associates. And everyone wants everyone to feel that this is a great place to work at. And what I was telling you, Ann, that when I first came to work for In-N-Out Burger in 1969, there might have been 150 people working here. Yeah. And so 150 people, you can always say it's easy to have 150 people say this is a great place to work, but almost 27,000 people to say this is a great place to work, that's an accomplishment.
It is. Absolutely.
That is. And let me think. Glassdoor was rating companies based on the best places to work. Facebook was number 1 very shortly, and they fell to 7. I was so excited when I saw you guys were number 3. And it said company consistency. It said quality consistency, that you wanted to keep it in the family. But it also said people and personnel centered. Mm-hmm. And I thought, that is so right. And I tell you that I drove through the In-N-Out in Lake Worth, and I mentioned that I had to hurry because I was going to see you. And they're like, Ray Maldonado. All of them knew who you were, and they were all excited. Tell Ray hi, tell Ray hi. And they said that you had been there, like, just a couple weeks before. And so I thought, really? Like, you are so high up in the company, and yet everyone knows you. And so that's why when I read that about the guy, claiming to be the new CEO and wanting free food and everything, I thought everybody's going to know that's not him, because they know everyone and they love it. And it went on in that article talking about how people really love to work there. And I was attracted to In-N-Out when I heard lots of things about you from your grandchildren and then your children. And I thought, I have to meet this man, because you don't meet too many people that go on and on about their dad or their granddad or whatever. And so I thought, I got to meet you. And then I heard it's In-N-Out, and then I heard all about that. And I heard about the scriptures, and I was like, what? I didn't even know they were on the wrappers. I thought, I've had In-N-Out. I used to live in California. I didn't even know. So I know that whole mentality is you as a whole. And then over time, I've begun to see how much of that is the company as well.
So we talk about In-N-Out being a family environment, right? So then you talked about my family, but what I want you to know also is that my son-in-law works in the warehouse. My daughter works in staffing. My granddaughter works at a store. There's a grandson that works in marketing. My granddaughter's husband works in the meat department. I mean, so it really is not only is it a family operation, it's a family operation.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it is. All the way around.
And I think that they work hard. Tom Love from Love Trucking, his grandson or nephew or whatever wanted a job there, and he had him start in the trucking, loading and unloading. And he said, if you start there, it's hard work, and if you do that well, you will move up from there. And so they build this whole mentality in their family that you've got to work hard and learn other parts of the company. And they do try to keep it in the family. And that's what Harry and Esther, when you started with them at 16, dishwashing, and I love that story, that they really cared about you. You felt loved, and you've developed it ongoing from there. And so that's why I love to have you on. So tell me what is going on right now, because I would love to say anything new with the burgers or any other thing being added to the menu.
Well, we just added a store here, right down the road.
You just
on
opened
Mockingbird
a store.
Lane. It's our 37th store in Texas.
Down by Love Field.
Down by Love Field.
Right down the way here.
It's a great location.
Yeah, so he went there. You went there before coming here yesterday.
I did.
And do you go and motivate them? What do you do? Go train?
It's when you talk about a relationship, and when I was in there that morning, first of all, I was testing the French fries, I got to admit.
So when you come in, it's like, It's right.
No, I'll invite somebody to sit down and test them with me, and we'll have a conversation. We'll talk about what's going on in their lives, and how they feel about how the store's doing, and so on and so forth. It's the reason that you talk about that with me is because I know those people, and those people know me, and they can come up and talk to me at any particular time about any particular thing.
Yes, and you are the person if they want to switch from store to store. I've even seen that says on the company website that if you would want to change, this application is going to Ray Maldonado. I thought, oh my gosh, how do you do all that, right? But people do know you and respect you and love you. Now you're near your retirement. You're choosing to retire.
Yes.
It's going to be strange for how busy you are, but I know you have a lot of other things going on.
I do.
But if you could say anything right now about In-N-Out, what would be the main message you would want to send?
First of all, it's when I think I told you this. I've told you the story before, but to me, it just resonates with so much about the last 50 years. When I was 16 years old, and I'd probably been there about 2 months. I was working in the back room, and the one thing that was I totally remember was, hey, nobody comes in the store and nobody goes out the store unless it's authorized. And so I'm in the middle of working the back room. It's a Saturday afternoon. There's a knock on the door. I answer the door. I open it. There's a man that says, hey, I need to come in. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't let you in. And he says, yeah, I think you can. And I said, I don't think I can. And finally it goes back to, hey, I think that you need to ask the person that's in charge there. So I go and ask the person that's in charge, and he was the assistant manager. He looks through the window and he says, hey, Ray, that's Harry Snyder. So I walk out the back door, around the car, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I don't know exactly what's going on here, but, I think I may have to look for a job somewhere else.
And you were 16, right?
And I was 16 years old, and before I could say anything, he reached his hand out, shook my hand, and said, Ray, my name's Harry Snyder. I want to thank you for doing your job.
Well, and that is the greatest thing about Harry Snyder for you is both of them treated you, Harry and Esther, so wonderfully, and they appreciated you always doing a really good job.
Yes.
And I think that In-N-Out with everything, that's one of the reasons they pay so well, and they pay higher than any other fast food restaurant because they want to keep people and mold them and keep them forever, and they really appreciate their employees. And that's an exciting story. When we come back, I know you want to talk about culture and about loyalty, so stay right here.
Okay.
Life Solutions Coaching and Counseling in Hazlet, Texas is a full-service wellness clinic providing individual, group, and family counseling, one-on-one coaching for life and wellness, and naturopathic treatments of medical massage therapy combined with essential oils to ensure you reach your health and wellness goals. Sessions are available in person or by phone. Get started on your new life today. Just call 817-232-1363 or go to LifeSolutionsCoachingandCounseling.com or email them at lifesolutioncc@yahoo.com.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS and you cannot afford to make payments to the IRS, you may qualify for the CNC tax program. This is a new program, and if you qualify, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Once you're accepted into this program, the IRS is forced to stop all harassing collection activities. No threatening phone calls, no wage garnishments, no bank levies, and no more monthly payments to the IRS. Get ready to write this number down. It's the most important number you'll ever need to end your IRS tax nightmare. Call Paramount Tax Relief at 800-547-4804 for a free confidential consultation to find out if you qualify for the CNC tax program. Once you are accepted into the CNC tax program, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Call Paramount Tax Relief now at 800-547-4804. That's 800-547-4804. Again, 800-547-4804.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. That's 800-610-5739. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. I went from being able to work 14, 16 hours a day with no problem to where I could barely walk a block to the store. I went on to the phytonutrients about 6 months ago, and within a couple of months, my medical doctor had cut my prescriptions down in a little bit smaller dosage. The next time I went back a month later, I walked into the doctor's office and he says, "My gosh, what's happened to you? You don't even look like the same person." He looked at my legs and the swelling had gone down. My blood pressure was down. The venous stasis ulcers that I had had on my legs for the last 4 or 5 years because of the poor circulation were all healed, and I'm feeling far better.
When you call, use discount code USA. And we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
In your car, take a look at those stickers on your windshield. You're probably due or overdue for an oil change, maybe a state inspection for your upcoming new registration. Now take a moment to go to freewaytireshop.com and print a coupon good for $10 off an oil change. You'll find other offers like a free brake check and super deals on name brand tires too. Freeway Tire at 3110 Stemmons sells tires and rims that fit your vehicle and your budget, including Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Michelin, and more. Freeway Tire has finance plans for major purchases or repairs, too. So check it out today at freewaytireshop.com or call 214-267-2500 for an appointment. 214-267-2500. Don't waste time on I-35. Pull into Freeway Tire Shop at the Commonwealth exit. Save money and have your car serviced today. Freeway Tire Shop, 3110 Stemmons Freeway in Dallas.
I've got to admit, it's getting better, a little better, all the time.
If you'd like to get better, call Ann right now. 214-810-8255. 214-810-TALK. Now more with Ann Beal on 1160 AM KBDT.
Welcome back. We have Ray Maldonado, regional manager from In-N-Out Burger, and on break, Chris, our executive producer, was going on and on about how much he loves In-N-Out, and we had a fun time. Ray really portrays excellence, loyalty, and quality, and we are just so glad to have him. Now, we have a caller for Ray. Great. Can you put them through? Hello, this is Ann from Getting Better with Ann Beal.
Well, hello, Ann, and hello, Ray. This is Marta Greenman. How are you today?
Hello, Marta.
How are you, Ray?
I'm great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, Marta.
You're welcome.
So what would you like to ask Ray, or did you just want to call and say hi? I know that he's going to start his radio show with you soon, I hear.
Yes, he is, and we're very excited about that. And one of the things that I'm excited about is that, today it's such a rarity to have someone who has worked for a company as long as Ray has, and which shows loyalty, it shows consistency, it shows stick and stay, and those are all traits and characteristics that we need in society today. So I'm thrilled that Ray is going to embark on this journey to teach us how to be just better servants and better leaders, and he's going to do a very great job of that.
Well, Marta, so that is Words of Grace and Truth. That's your station. How would people hear? What time is Ray's show going to be?
Well, we talked about that a long time ago, and it was what he had said, early in the morning around either 7 or 7:30. I don't think that decision has been finally made. But whatever time Ray wants to carve in, we will take that. And it's going to be a half-hour show, and it's going to be on leadership tips, and it's Grace and Truth Radio.world.
That is great. Ray, we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Are you doing that after you retire, or are you starting it before
You know
that?
what? We're still determining that. We're working on it, right, Marta? It's a work in progress.
Yes, we are.
Oh, thank you, Marta.
Yes.
Well, and do you have any other questions for Ray?
Well, if Ray wants to share some of his wisdom with me, I always want to hear a word from Ray. So,
you know what?
Do you have anything for me?
Yeah, when you talk about 50 years and loyalty and commitment and all that, it was about 4 years ago when I was talking to my wife, Maureen, and I said, hey, it's really time to start preparing for retirement, and it's time to start thinking about, our exit. And so that Christmas, she bought me a book, and she gave it to me, and it was Finish Well by Pastor Billy Graham. And I read through that, and I was, the first part is about finishing a career well, but the last part of the chapters are really about finishing a life well. When he wrote that book, it was really about when he was 95 years old. He wasn't pastoring anymore. He wasn't able to move very well. He had lost his wife, and he was really in a different position that he'd ever been in his life. And so when I started to envision that, I started to think about, okay, Ray, let's make this exit. Consider yourself to create some goals based on what you've done for the last 47 years, and continue to work on yourself as you start to do things so that you not only finish your job well, but get into the last part of your life where you're finishing your life well.
That is great advice, Ray. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Marta.
Thanks, Marta.
You take good care.
We'll talk soon.
Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, that was wonderful. And, what's interesting is I talked about people stealing from Living Well and Life Solutions. That I was thinking about doing a show called Finishing Well. And but then I thought, well, maybe that's not the best name to use, to go with the Living Well concept. I knew I'd heard something like that. That's where I heard it, from his book. And that's why I said some people, it's not that they're copying or stealing. It's that they hear it and they got that. They don't know where they heard it from. And then they come up with something.
But Ann, think about it today. It's about finishing anything well.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be 50 years, or it doesn't have to be anything like that. It's about finishing well, which brings us to a point when we talk about that, when we talk about, you don't see anybody spend 50 years with a career anymore. And so I wanted to make sure that my commitment to In-N-Out Burger was through the time that I said it would be through.
Well, and I think that quality, doing things well and staying with it instead of always trying to look for something better, make what you have better. And you be loyal, and not just have them be loyal to you, but you be loyal. And I think that's what you really express, and that's what I think In-N-Out has done, trying to keep everything the same and simple, and the families keeping it together and just doing what they do wonderfully over and over. And that is why people know when In-N-Out's coming, they know what to expect from In-N-Out, because they've done it over and over wonderfully, the same thing.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. Again, that's 800-871-3291.
Hello, golfers. Pat Wheeler. Join us at Texas Links on the Air for the trip of a lifetime this June, the 3rd through the 7th, when we travel to Ireland, the Emerald Isle, to play in the Causeway Coast Amateur, which is sponsored by Bushmills Distillery. Play 4 great courses in Northern Ireland and Ireland for only about $400. To register, go online at causewaycoastgolf.com. That's causewaycoastgolf.com. We'll see you in Ireland.
Are you looking for senior care for your mom or dad but don't know where to start? Hi, I'm Jen London with The Place for Mom. Nobody knows your parent or loved one better than you, and nobody knows senior living better than the experts at A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom at 1-800-379-2206. That's 1-800-379-2206.
Dealers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. Again, that's 800-871-3291.
Hello, golfers. Pat Wheeler. Join us at Texas Links on the Air for the trip of a lifetime this June, the 3rd through the 7th, when we travel to Ireland, the Emerald Isle, to play in the Causeway Coast Amateur, which is sponsored by Bushmills Distillery. Play 4 great courses in Northern Ireland and Ireland for only about $400. To register, go online at causewaycoastgolf.com. That's causewaycoastgolf.com. We'll see you in Ireland.
Are you looking for senior care for your mom or dad but don't know where to start? Hi, I'm Jen London with The Place for Mom. Nobody knows your parent or loved one better than you, and nobody knows senior living better than the experts at A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom at 1-800-379-2206. That's 1-800-379-2206.
Were you Dealers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. Again, that's 800-871-3291.
Hello, golfers. Pat Wheeler. Join us at Texas Links on the Air for the trip of a lifetime this June, the 3rd through the 7th, when we travel to Ireland, the Emerald Isle, to play in the Causeway Coast Amateur, which is sponsored by Bushmills Distillery. Play 4 great courses in Northern Ireland and Ireland for only about $400. To register, go online at causewaycoastgolf.com.
You were talking about loyalty with 50 years, but also just finishing well. And I think that is something a lot of people, I think that they're just constantly trying to either make more money. When you have a good situation, you don't realize how bad it can be because you haven't experienced it. And so I know there's probably people that have left In-N-Out and really regretted it because they have no idea that culture that you guys create, that wonderful culture, is not very many other places.
You know, when I talk about the Snyder family, they didn't just, they don't just talk about it, but they lived it. And I was able to see firsthand how that was actually lived. And, I just told you about that example from Harry, but I'll tell you, Harry promoted me to a store manager in 1976 before he passed away. And it was sometime in December after he'd passed away that when I was the manager of the Norwalk store, and we had some product that wasn't meeting the quality standards. And I had called the warehouse and let them know what that was. And they said, okay, Ray, can you send someone over to get the product? And I said, actually, I'm very busy and I can't. They said, Ray, don't worry about it. We'll have somebody there within an hour. And so pulling up to the back room in the full of the back of his bed, of his El Camino, driving that was Rich Snyder, which he had probably just lost his dad 2 or 3 weeks earlier. So when you talk about an example of making sure what he wanted to carry on from his dad, I got that loud and clear that he was going to do whatever it took to make sure that quality standards were maintained no matter what the situation was. And Esther, it was back in 1999. My mom was in one ICU at UCLA, and I got a call. Well, actually, in those days, it was pagers. And I answered the page, and I called it. It was Esther, and she said, Ray, I just want to tell you, I know that your mom's not doing well, but I want to tell you that whatever I can do, I will do for you. And she wasn't just talking about, she meant monetarily. She meant anything that she could do to help my mom, she was going to do that. And I told her, Esther, you don't know how much that means to me, but it's really in God's hands now. And there's so many examples along the way of what the Snyders have shown to me and showed to others of the meaning of what family means in each and every one of their hearts.
Well, Jim, I know that you love In-N-Out, and I asked you to be here today because you love In-N-Out. And so many people do love In-N-Out. What is it that you love about In-N-Out?
Let me say, first of all, and the real reason I wanted to be here today is because I love Ray Maldonado. Okay?
Everybody loves Ray.
Such a...
was that a TV show? Everybody loves Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah, I think that was a TV show. But Ray, I'm just so glad to get to see you again and sit here at the microphone with you, and looking forward to whenever God might bring us together again. I was first introduced to In-N-Out Burger after it came to Texas. In fact, I'm not sure it's been all that long ago, the store that we normally get our burgers from. But immediately, it was just so different to find out really how delicious the food was. But beyond that, the quality of it is, Ann and I work really hard to be healthy and to eat the right foods. We like grass-fed beef. We like all kinds of things. We're very careful about what we eat. And it was so good for us to find out what you guys do, the standards that you have in providing really quality, high-quality food for your customers, for the people out there in the community. And, there's such a knock on fast food restaurants these days, and now you wonder sometimes if you go to a restaurant where you can drive in and drive out, what you're really getting. And the thing that I appreciate really is that I know what I'm getting when I go to In-N-Out. It's going to be the highest quality ingredients and all of that food that we can possibly get. And so we feel like we're just people out in the community, we're neighbors, right? But I feel like we have a relationship with In-N-Out Burger, and our friendship with you has led us to believe, as we go in and we have meals in, the people who wait on us, the people who are everybody in the store, we feel like we have a friendship with them almost vicariously through you, and that means a lot to us. So we love going whenever we can go, and I could just keep talking, but I thought for the most part I just listened today. But anyway, great to have you, Ray. So glad to have you.
Jim, it's funny that you say that, because my very first manager meeting, I'll never forget what Harry said. he said, hey, we don't need more customers. We just need our customers to come in more often, which inadvertently has really led to our success, because when you talk about a relationship, I'll tell you, our associates have a relationship with the customers. They memorize their orders. They know what they are in a great sense of the ones that come in on a regular basis. And they look forward to be noticed. Who doesn't want to be noticed?
Yeah.
And who doesn't want to be known?
Sure, absolutely. There's one more thing I wanted to say about the store itself, and I remember once when we were together before, you said don't just drive through. Sometimes stop and eat inside, and tell me what you think. Well, good. And I walk in there. I mean, the place was spick and span. I mean, there wasn't a speck of dust anywhere. I mean, nothing. Everything was perfect, and
bright and pretty.
To me, that meant a lot to me, because I kind of like. I mean, I like that. That goes a long way with me. That there's a clean space, and I know you guys are committed to that as well, because it makes your customers feel good. It's more healthy, and your store associates take care of that kind of thing, and that means a lot to me. So
the sides of our trucks say that cleanliness you can see and quality you can taste.
Oh wow!
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do. So we got to make sure that when you see that on a truck, you'll see it in the store.
Yeah, well, you do that, and
that's what I was thinking about, the quality and the loyalty. I mean, people know what to expect when they go in and out. If you have not been to an In-N-Out, one of the things that really made me, get more and more about wanting to start having you on is that the chefs love In-N-Out. And I was like, why? And they go, it's fresh. It's the best quality. It's a really healthy meal, believe it or not. Even your French fries. And people will go, well, why don't they do their French fries like this or that? But they're healthier.
Yeah, right.
And so for you, I know that your part is to make sure that there's a warehouse close by every In-N-Out so they can get their food fresh every day, right?
Our footprint for freshness means that it has to be within a certain mile radius to deliver to each one of our stores every other day. So every other day they're getting fresh. But that, even though it's being delivered, like you may get some lugs of tomatoes, those tomatoes aren't being cored and sliced within a couple of hours before you're going to be eating that off a burger.
It's fantastic.
Now, you said every other day. It's not every other day. It's within the 24 hours, right? They're fresh.
That's right.
Yes, and that is the one place we don't mind going through fast food. We have we're kind of picky that way, but we, for you, knowing the kind of standards that the company has, I think a lot of people don't realize that you keep the exact same menu. You've added a few things because you guys want to do a burger right and well.
Another one of the values I could tell you, I was telling somebody this story the other day. I think it was 1970 or 71 when Harry was raising the price of French fries, and he raised it 2 cents. Okay, really, he raised it 2 cents, and I was, I'm just coming up. I'm going into management. I go, why would we raise fries 2 cents? And Harry never wanted to price out a customer, a loyal customer that wouldn't be able to come in and afford an In-N-Out burger. I mean, if I didn't get the understanding of value of that, and if you look at our menu prices, and you just talked about quality.
Yep.
There's value in both of those.
That's really true. I'm surprised that I don't have to pay more for a burger and a meal when I go there.
What those pro basketball players on the court were fighting about. And one of the guys was saying something about some other place to eat. He goes, no way, for the price and for what you get at In-N-Out, you need to go to In-N-Out. And I'm like, they're arguing about what's the cheapest price and what's the best quality. I mean, they're like millionaires, right? So, and of course, Dirk Nowitzki, somebody was telling him about another place that had, better shakes or something. And he was like, what? And so, what? And you hear them all just freak out about that. They just love In-N-Out. And I think that what you guys have done is that's what you do well. And we were kidding around about, CBD oil and all that stuff is in now. Are you guys going to start doing a CBD burger? And my producer goes, no, they can just go across the street and get that in Vegas and places like that. Now, I want to talk to you about your retirement. It's coming up in the fall or sometime at the end of the year?
Yeah, some in between there or there. Yeah.
Share what you're going to be doing.
I feel like this last 50 years I've been prepared to do what really has been on my heart, and that's to be able to, bring more word to about the kingdom, about about Jesus Christ. I'm part of Wingman. I was at a men's group this morning. There were 6 of us meeting this morning, and just men in victory. I'm also on a board of directors of a ministry called Build International Ministries. I'm working with the president, Sandy Anderson, and reforming some of the things so we can take the ministry to the highest level possible. I'm working with a guy named Scott Olson, who just he was one of the top 50 attorneys in the United States. He's created a pathway healthcare company to eradicate opioid addiction, and it's at a tremendous rate that people are dying because of opioids. And I just want to be able to help him create a culture where healing and nurturing is being done in their clinics, and we can help put that to rest also as well. And I think Marta told you I'll be doing a radio show, on Thursday mornings. We haven't determined the time yet, which we based on lessons of leadership and mentoring and coming alongside men and helping them along this life, this journey that we call life. And that's really where I believe that these last 50 years have prepared me for these things.
Yes.
And I think that I'll be able to do that. My wife and I, Maureen, want to travel a little bit, want to spend time with our family and all of that. We're finding ourselves being more and more active in our church. So my time will be filled.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
That is so cool that, I started talking about Jim's show, and you're like, Words of Grace and Truth. My show's going to be there. And I'm like, what? That is so wild. It's strange how small the world can be, especially in this huge metroplex, right? And everything that's out there. So Jim's is at 10:30 on Thursday. Yours is going to be at 7:30 on Thursdays. And, in general, most radio shows and podcasts and everything, except for sports, seem to be more women. And so I know they really want more men's shows. And, women listen to them. They glean from them. Everybody wants their husband to love them well. Every woman wants that. And so they can learn tips. And then for you, everybody loves to listen to Raymond. I do believe that. And you always have such good advice. But also you're going to bring some of these people on that you know.
Yeah, I am, because I think that the most important thing is the way you can help people is by telling someone's story that'll resonate with someone else, that'll empower them and give them the hope to do something different with their life. There's nothing better than that, to tell a story or to tell your own story that will help someone lift someone up.
Yes, 100%. 100%. If you heard my show last week with Dr. Joel Wallach, he is the Nobel Prize nominee for medicine, and he had talked quite a bit. He is actually here in Frisco today. If you're interested in seeing him, he will be there from 12:30 to 5:30, and then people are going to dinner with him at 8. He's at the Hampton Inn and Suites in Dallas, Frisco. It's actually in Frisco. North Field House, 6070 Sports Village Road, Frisco, Texas. And so you can go there. There'll be quite a few people there listening to him, so he can help you with any illness that you have, and you can meet him there. So I just want to say that I'm excited about what you have ahead, and I know you have so much to offer. How do you feel In-N-Out's helped you kind of mold this along the way for you, being practically raised with the company, and everything it's done for you to be able to move on and do those kinds of things? I really want you to share that when we come back.
Okay. I'll just give you this. When I came to work at In-N-Out, I was a 16-year-old gullible, naive teenager, if you can believe that. And
I can.
So here we are 50 years later.
Normal teen, right? Normal teen.
Yeah, but who knew it all, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and your granddaughter's on there saying wave to the camera. How old is she?
She's 23.
Oh, she's 23. She's grown up.
Yeah.
She's huge now, right? She got married.
She just got married.
Yeah. And I think that when you think of her just being 16 and naive, right? But you were 16 and naive, and you've learned so much along the way. And I think of that. I think if we see these young people, and you have a lot of them working there. Well, you drive through, and I know it's going to be amazing what they experience there at In-N-Out.
Life Solutions Coaching and Counseling in Hazlet, Texas is a full-service wellness clinic providing individual, group, and family counseling, one-on-one coaching for life and wellness, and naturopathic treatments of medical massage therapy combined with essential oils to ensure you reach your health and wellness goals. Sessions are available in person or by phone. Get started on your new life today. Just call 817-232-1363 or go to LifeSolutionsCoachingandCounseling.com or email them at LifeSolutionsCC@yahoo.com.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-605-6995 immediately. That's 800-605-6995. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-605-6995 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-605-6995. That's 800-605-6995. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-605-6995 for your free author submission kit.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-985-1813 now, and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-985-1813 now. Again, that's 800-985-1813. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS and you cannot afford to make payments to the IRS, you may qualify for the CNC tax program. This is a new program, and if you qualify, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Once you're accepted into this program, the IRS is forced to stop all harassing collection activities. No threatening phone calls, no wage garnishments, no bank levies, and no more monthly payments to the IRS. Get ready to write this number down. It's the most important number you'll ever need to end your IRS tax nightmare. Call Paramount Tax Relief at 800-547-4804 for a free confidential consultation to find out if you qualify for the CNC tax program. Once you are accepted into the CNC tax program, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Call Paramount Tax Relief now at 800-547-4804. That's 800-547-4804. Again, 800-547-4804.
The following update is for drivers who pay too much for car insurance due to DUIs, DWIs, tickets, or anything else. Our company specializes in low-cost SR22 auto insurance. We know that mistakes happen and offer free quotes for very affordable auto insurance meant specifically for you, the overpaying high-risk driver. The quote is free, and we'll handle the filing so you can start saving money. Call 800-758-0725. 800-758-0725. 800-758-0725.
I've got to admit, it's getting better, a little better, all the time.
And now here's more Getting Better with Ann Beal on 1160 AM KBDT.
Welcome back. We are here, and we are having such fun on break about the burgers and our favorite burgers. And
yeah, absolutely. Ray, you guys have a secret menu. Not everybody maybe knows about that. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
So, here's what I talk about when I talk about the secret menu. The biggest secret is that someone else labeled that. The secret is all we want to do is take care of our customers. That's all we're here to do.
But there are a lot.
Everything fresh, nothing frozen, that's no lie. That's what goes in it, in and out. That's what it's all about.
veggies.
I love that. I love that. That was a surprise from our producer. Thank you, Chris, very
Thank
much.
you.
That was so good. I was just about to say the secret menu, you know, it's just almost anything that anyone can create. And so people hear about all the different things that people have done, and it's amazing. Like 3 burgers, 4 burgers, 5 burgers, 6 burgers. I'm like, that's just adding burgers. Anyone could do that, right? And I know we talked about the people wanting a veggie burger, and you guys do that. You actually will just take out the burger and put all the vegetables, and do you grill the bread? Or,
Yes, we always toast the bun.
Oh, you always toast. That's why they're
Always.
so
I
good.
heard that, yeah.
Yeah,
Much
so
better, much
my
better.
favorite is just the one burger with all the vegetables. And I usually do it protein style. You were so surprised I don't get the bread. It's not that I don't love the bread. It's very good. I just try not to have bread. Would love for you to have gluten-free bread.
Yeah, I kind of have this gluten thing going, but you know what?
You
when I
love
go
it.
in and out,
He cheats
that's
when
one
he
time
goes
I
there.
just put aside my conviction about that.
So-
And I eat the buns.
I let me tell you this, Ann, because I was in California on the first couple of days of the week. We had a kickoff dinner, and we were flying back, and I was going to meet my wife at the store party for Mockingbird.
Your wife, Maureen,
My
who's
wife,
on
Maureen.
Facebook right now.
Oh, she is?
Yes.
Hi. And, I said, hey, what are you going to have? And she says, I'm having my tomato wrap. And, you have your protein burger. And I said, I'm just going to have a double with onion.
There you go.
I don't eat as many as I used to 30 years ago. But I look forward to when we open up a store that I'm going to have a double with onion, a fry, and a drink. And that is really my treat. That is my favorite burger.
And do you get cheese on it?
Yes.
Okay, and you love it with the onion, and you love just sitting down and eating it warm inside.
You and I have talked about that.
Yes.
Whenever, our drive-through
clapping.
business is amazing. But I tell everybody, if you want to eat it just the way it came, when the fries are coming out of the fryer, the burger's off the grill, and it's handed out over the counter, and you take it to your seat and unwrap it and eat it, there's nothing better than eating your burger, your fry, and a drink right inside the dining room.
It's a gourmet meal, right?
It is.
Now, Jim was saying today we're going to go
meal.
see Dr. Wallach in Frisco, and I was saying, we'll have to eat, and he goes, In-N-Out, the new In-N-Out right up the road, and we're going to get it, the fries animal style, which is all this stuff on it, which is so good. Now, Chris calls it monster style. And so if you want to know all the different things that they can do, you can just ask when you drive up at the speaker, and they will go through everything for you, because that's what I did, because I didn't remember the secret menu or anything. I just asked. And they're like, we can make anything. We can do this. We can do